Hello, welcome to another Rascal Reviews. Today I'm looking at the Techmod side-by-side device from Kizoku. So the Kizoku Techmod, as you can see, the box comes with all the warnings on there. This warning only applies if the product has been used with nicotine, which this one hasn't. You've got Techmod on the front and a picture of the device. On this side you've got some warnings: scratch and check authenticity, made in China, style left, tech right. Same on this side. On this side you've got the Kizoku, and on this side you've got the website for Kizoku Tech. So on the back you have your specifications of the mod. You've got your product introduction, a packing list, and the contact details of the company. So this is a 80 watt single 18650 mod with Type C charging. It's stainless steel and zinc alloy made, and you've got all the other information on there which we'll go through. So if we open this up, inside straight away you have the mod itself. It has a really great feel to it. It's the stainless steel and gunmetal colour. It feels sturdy, it feels high end, to be honest with you. On the bottom there you can see you've got Techmod and designed by Kizoku, made in China. Also in the box you get your Type C charging cable. You get some information regarding, this is your warranty card, sorry, so you fill that out. You get some battery safety warning, and you get a large multi-language user manual. So let's have a look at the mod itself. As you can see, it's a nice little side-by-side, fits nicely in the hand. You've got the thumb fire or finger fire. It feels good in either hand, whether you're a left or right thumb fire or finger fire. It's got its own chip. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this with the thing. So it's actually in power mode. You can't quite see that. It's reading 0 ohms. You can see the 45 watts and the battery indicator. The battery is fitted in the top here. So if we unscrew this, it's got one of these fiddly little doors on. Slide the battery out, and as you can see down in there, clearly marked positive down. So you pop your battery in and you screw it down with this. Now that's gone on first time, but I've had quite a few problems with the battery door. The starting threads don't seem to be 100% great, and with a RTA fitted here, when you've got limited access to it, it can actually be quite a pain to get that door back shut again, which is a bit of a disappointment, but it is what it is. As you can see here, you've got your 510 connector, and on there you've got KizokuTech.com, and then you've got your version number and your serial number. So if we look in the menu, let's see if we can get a good angle. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the angle on this. Let's see if I can change the light in a minute. So, okay, so that's coming up, check atomizer. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so you can just about see it there. It's not great for this camera. So 1, 2, 3 clicks takes you into the menu. If you don't know if you can see that, but the power is now highlighted, and you just scroll through. This has voltage mode, wattage mode, bypass, temperature nickel, temperature stainless steel, and back to power mode again. So we'll stay in power mode for now, and it's telling me to check atomizer. So we'll pop this back on. So I've actually been running this, testing out with the Limit MTL tank from Kizoku also, and that fits no problem at all. 24mm, you've got a nice little bit of a rim. So it's asking me for new coil, old coil, so I'm going to say it is a new coil, and as you can see, it doesn't guess where your wattage needs to be like some of the newer devices. So just be careful if you go from a lower range tank and you're going to MTL, the wattage is going to be far too high. So you need to make sure you adjust that first. It's not like, say, some of the other ones that change it automatically. So this is 0.77. We're going to run this down to 14 watts. So we're now on 14 watts. Now, you can't see it on the camera, which is a bit of a shame, but underneath here you have the ohms reading at 0.77 ohms. See if I can find an angle. No, it's not gonna let me, I don't think. So the problem I've been having with this device is as soon as I press that fire button, it's reading 0.77 ohms, which you can't see. As soon as I press it, it jumps up to 89, 94, and the ohms fluctuate quite a lot, which is a slight concern. I'm not sure what's happening with the chip there, whether it's just this device or whether it's a thing in general with this chip. The vape is still great. I get great flavour, instant power, no problems whatsoever. However, it is slightly concerning. So I was worried that it was maybe my build in this, so I tried it on a different device, and the other device was fine. It read the ohms and they were steady. So I've also tried this with the Profile RDTA with a single Clapton coil in it at 0.36 ohms. However, as soon as I put it on this, I don't know if you can see that, it's now reading 0.5 ohms. Okay, so I'll press plus on that. It's now telling me to check atomizer for some reason. So I'm not sure whether or not I've got a dodgy device here. I hope not. I think it's just maybe my builds, but it seems to be each device is slightly different. So it's asking me for new coil, and this time it's reading 0.25 ohms. So as you can see before, it was reading 0.5. So we'll say it's a new coil because that's closer. I'll up the wattage to 45 watts, which is where I've been vaping this at. And as you can see, well, you can't see, it's again saying 0.25 ohms. As soon as I press fire, it fluctuates up to 27. It's not as bad this time, but we have still got some fluctuation. When I try this on a different mod, it is reading 0.32, and it's pretty consistent at 0.32. So I am slightly concerned about this chip. I don't know whether it is, like I said, just this device, but I have had a few issues with it. It still vapes great. It has got protections in there, so I'm not too worried. So battery life. With the MTL tank running at 14 watts, I get a good day and a half out of this. Running the calling it a 0.26 single coil up to a 0.3 at 45 watts, the battery drains fairly rapidly. I probably would have preferred a single 21700. You would have lost the smallness of the device, but you just would have got some better battery life, and it would be a more durable device, being able to run a restrictive single coil, direct lung and MTL. But the fit and finish, like I said to you before, it feels and looks like a more high-end device than what it actually is for the price. So overall, what are my thoughts on the Techmod from Kizoku? I like the device. It has a good feel to it. It feels like a high-end device. It's well finished. It's a good vape. It's a nice size and a nice weight. The negatives for me are the battery door. Sometimes with a RTA or a tank on top, it can be quite hard to get the battery cover back on. The threads just take a little bit of time to get going. It's a bit fiddly. The button rattle on the up and down, I'd like to see those maybe a little bit more secure, a little less wobble. And also, as I said previously, the chip, I'm not 100% sure about it. I mean, I've run the same RTAs on different devices. It reads the ohms and it sticks with those ohms. With this one, the ohms when you're vaping seem to fluctuate, which I'm not 100% sure about. But other than that, all around, it's not a bad vape. It's like I say, it's got a nice fit and finish to it, nice feel. So yeah, not a bad little device. Just a few little points that I'd like to see maybe updated or changed. So if you like what you see, head over to the Kizoku website and check out their range. Thanks for watching.